Yeah, it's recording. Yay. Anyways, people, welcome back to our replay of the playthrough of Let's Build a Car. This is the review, well, re-review of portion, because we played that map when it was in beta and when it first came out. Back then, it did impress us. Now that we look back as it now is now incomplete, this is the updated form, do we think the same way? That is the question. So, let's not stall any more time. Let's start it up. 5 stars max, 1 star minimum. Keo, did you think it stayed the same in a number of infected that it was last time?
Well, see. Comparing the two, it felt about the same. There was a lot both times, but they were manageable both times, so...
Yeah.
So I'd say it's still a stall.
Yeah. It stayed relatively right there. Obviously, we don't exactly remember our last review. We did this so long ago. And we've been stalling with other reviews. We never really got towards the complete version until just now. It's taken we stalled it for like 3 weeks because we just didn't want to play it quite yet. So if you reference that we have a different score there, just keep in mind we're kind of going off our knowledge that we did last time. Another thing is about this number of infected is it didn't really change. And usually that's a good thing. Because I think the last one we thought it was okay. I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, we're going to save it as 1 star. If we said differently, I'll put it in the comments. We don't care enough, but just do it. We'll look back. Maybe we'll change it then. The next one is length. I think this is more variable than last time.
Well, it's just as valuable as last time, but lengthwise, kind of getting each... It's essentially just one giant final event. So
it's true, but again, last time we had Dread with us too.
It really depends on knowledge of the map, skills. This one is the most variable, but I can't say it's bad for it.
True, that is true. So, what do you want to give it? Do you want to just
a full stall?
Yeah.
I can't home this one because either way, you're more or less probably gonna get a full map enjoyment out of it anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a full star as well. It's a variable map. I mean, it's like a finale. It's obvious like that, but it's also got a tower defense mentality to it, so it can be anywhere between 10 minutes, which I don't think anybody can actually do it in 10 minutes, to over an hour. And for us, we didn't complete it, but we didn't have Dread with us either, so we figured we'd play it at least an hour of it. There's not really much that changes compared to the original playthrough.
You aren't building the Jimmy Gibbs car like you should be.
Yeah. It's a little different. There have been updates to it. There's more places that we have to go and pick up items, so it's going to take a little bit more time than when we played the beta, but still, it was a variable time. It can be anywhere from, like I said, 10 minutes to over an hour. Could even be up to 2 hours because you're going to restart. You're going to have to figure out a better strategy. So the less people you have, the strategy is going to get a little harder. If you have all 4 people, hey, it makes it easy. Anyways, moving on to difficulty fitting. Do you think it still fits for normal?
Yes, actually. I'd say yes.
Okay, I obviously think that's a full star. I'm gonna say yeah too. It's not much has changed from the last one. It stayed right in the normal difficulty area. It's a little annoying how it went the first time. This one, it seems like it was a little easier on the time. It didn't like overcrowd us with it a lot.
You could kind of get used to the paddle. It's like every so often that happens. Every so often a tank happens.
Yeah, it's a pattern event. It's like survival in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
This is really a survival map that has an ending.
It's kind of a, well, I'd say it's a finale, but it's too long to actually be a finale of a map, so I can see why you'd make it its own thing.
Yeah, but there's also survivals. You think about Helm's Deep. That's over 30 minutes. It's a little over 30 minutes long. And
Helm's
that
Deep
does...
is just amazing, though.
Yeah, but it's still a survival map, and that's an example.
But you're not building anything. You're just not dying.
Yeah, you're trying to survive. That's true.
This one is actually escaping. You don't really escape survival. You just survive longer than the last time you played.
Yeah, so it's just kind of strategizing, figuring out, okay, what do we need to do first? Get the health. Then the next thing, okay, what do we need? Weapons. We need to get that quick. And then, of course, while you're getting that weapons, you also want to get pieces of that car. So you kind of want to make sure you have a teammate, because the bots, they won't help you on that part. In fact, they don't get any of the weapons, really.
No, the bots are still kind of dope when it comes to that, but I don't think it's that fixable.
Yeah, but this also makes me think that this map was not designed to have bots in it. It's a weird kind of way of saying it, but the bots can't pick up any of the weapons unless they're one of the free roaming ones, which we find early on.
Even when you drop a weapon that you picked off the wall, they still won't pick them up.
Yeah, it's something that I don't know if the creator couldn't fix. French Death is his name.
Yeah, it might just be that, because you do have to go through and code an entirely another coding bit.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Which I think is probably fairly hard, especially on a map with this much gravity.
Yeah, it's something like that. So I'm thinking this map was designed to have at least 3 to 4 players. When me and Keo did pretty well, we almost finished it. But for the completed version, so we did okay. If we didn't get screwed by the common, we would have been fine. So other than that, its difficulty's fine. It's, again, variable. It's depending on how many players you have.
Really, well, at least its difficulty is.
Yeah, it's the difficulty.
It still might take you the same time because you're limited by how long it takes to build, and if you're building everything.
Well, here's the thing: if, for example, if you're by yourself and you're just wanting to try this map, do not play normal. You won't survive. Not by yourself.
You probably want to play easy and maybe even a mutation.
Yeah. That's a good example. You're going to want to play mutation on easy mode, because otherwise you just don't have the help. If you're playing with a friend like me and Keo are doing, you can play on normal. It's doable. It's fucking harder than you think, but it is doable. If you're playing with 2 other friends, you can do it on normal pretty good. I wouldn't say you want to go to advanced yet unless you have a 4th member.
And you may want to train on hold.
Yeah, you may want to train on advanced, and if you're that psychotic, train a lot on expert. Train a lot. Anyways, we're going to move on to design. Now, last time we did this, I think, loved how it was made. Now, looking back on that, we've seen a lot of changes. Has your opinion changed all that much?
I think it's much better than the original go-through. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I like it more now.
Yeah, it's gotten better a lot. And so, yeah, I take it you want full star right there, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that too. So, this map is improved dramatically in such a short period of time. In fact, this is the only map that we played a beta of it when it started and has completed in a course of over, 2 months?
Was it even that? I thought it may have been less than that.
It might be less. We kind of guessed.
Because it kind of just massive updates, like almost twice a day for like a week.
Yeah, it was within a week. It was suddenly like halfway through almost done with beta. It was almost halfway there.
It started at 1 week and it just gonna get massive. But they was gonna like complete at the end of the week.
And then the guy talked to you when he was halfway done with the beta part, and we told him that we were gonna redo it again, and tell him, okay, the completed version is the one you want to look out for. So we now doing that, and he's already gotten a whole lot better. given it's a map that's tower defense, it's not really hard to make, but he has improved it. I mean, I remember before we didn't even have like how many seconds it was going to take for each weapon to come out. Then he put that in, and it made it easier to figure out. Okay, you got this such and such time. You got 40 seconds to take out the grenade launcher, and you have 12 seconds to actually get it to equip. You know, he actually put seconds to it. Now some of them, like I think a couple of them just said some seconds, didn't actually give it a number, but those ones were like what, 5 seconds long.
And they were some of them were even the higher up weapons didn't say that, but I could say, well, you've unlocked so many weapons already, you don't really even need these weapons at this point.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he actually made it better. He added new content to it, like he added more housing, he made it harder. Like he spread out what it was, he improved what he was designing. He did a lot of work in over a short time. I think those more things
to get too.
Yeah, he got like there's almost double as much as it was before, because I remember there was one where he just had to get tools and that was it. Now this one allowed you to get not only just tools, but you had to get more tools. He changed some of the layout. The only thing I do have a gripe about it is with the water. It's weird when you're trying to grab something and all of a sudden the camera just starts zooming away from your body.
Yeah.
And it feels like
you didn't see that the first time, because I got that one at both those times when we played it the first time.
Yeah, and then I finally experienced that. It's one of those things.
I still had that happen a few times. It's probably just some glitch
with the camera.
The
yeah, it's gotta be with the camera.
The map fault?
Yeah. I don't know if there's any way to fix it anyway, but still,
it doesn't really take from it, seeing as...
Yeah, it's weird because you don't know what's around you at that point, especially in the water where it's kind of, you can't see through it. I don't know if French Death will be watching this review when he does. I would suggest kind of take away how high the water is, like drop it down a bit so that way you can actually see out over the waterhead so you can see what's around you. Otherwise, you'll never know if there's a smoker around or a hunter or a jockey, some type of special.
I think the real way to fix that, seeing as you really couldn't do anything even if it did show up.
Yeah, I understand.
Is just have another player there.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I'm just saying if you're playing by yourself, for instance.
But if you're playing by yourself, the bot's already going to be with you.
Sometimes they don't. But yeah, I'm just using examples, you know. Other than that, it's not really much to gripe about. It's just one part of that little part of that map, and that's just little nitpicky there. So, I remember the fifth one, the recommendations, where I didn't give it a recommendation because it was in beta. I remember that. And that was the main reason. It was in beta, and I wanted to see it in complete form. And I wanted to see if I could give it another recommendation. But before I give my answer, Kyo, do you still recommend it?
Yeah, it's a full star recommendation. I found this still very enjoyable.
Okay, because I remember you gave it a full star last time. I also remember Dread gave it a full star as well. He enjoyed it a lot. Now, for me, I do recommend this map. It is fun. It's a short map. When you look at it and you know what's going to happen, there's not a whole lot to do, but it's how long it takes to do all that goal. It's literally saying, build this car, but you need to get these parts, you need to get these tools, you need to get these items real quick so you can survive. You need to find a strategy. It's straight up hold up someplace in that map and survive as long as possible. Take down tanks, get better weapons, and the first time we played this, we came up with a strategy. We had 3 players where we just said, let's get all the items we can, then get the car parts. And it worked. Now that it's updated, I'm not sure if that idea is going to work so far. The guys spread it out, and because we literally broke it.
I think now that I think it really, the more stuff you unlock, I mean, we really didn't start getting the dual tanks until we started getting a bit around the unlock trees.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's set up to at one point that some map unlocked to start sending more tanks at you.
So yeah, he managed to make it difficult so that he broke what our strategy was. And that's a good thing. He managed to take what we did because he watched our playthrough. I know that because Q uploaded it first and he commented on that. And since he broke our playthrough strategy, we had to come up with a different strategy. And our newest strategy almost worked, and it was a valid one. It wasn't even a game-breaking one. So, to be honest, he did improve his gameplay. He made it where we have to find a different strategy. You can't just rely on getting one thing and then move on to the next. So I think the first playthrough, we only had one tank ever spawn every time it did. We never got duel. We never got duel at any point of that map. So he has improved. It's more recommendable now. It wasn't as easy as it was the first time. He makes French Death. If you listen to this review, props to you, man. You did a hell of a map. It's a 5-star with us. We totally recommend it. We even give it a badass seal of approval if we really wanted to. It is a good map, and it's awesome. I can't. It's one of those maps I would love to keep playing, but if we keep playing it, I would like to try Advanced. I would love to try to get that on there. Because this map makes you want to try the harder difficulties if you achieve beating it each difficulty. We managed to do it normal. We almost did it just with us two. So it is doable on 2 people. With 3 people, it is easily done on normal. Maybe Advanced is a try, but you want 4 people. This map was designed for 4 people.
You know what this map is really designed for? Realism.
Realism, yeah. Expert realism. So yeah, all the people in LK Mafia, when you see this review, go download that map. We will post a link in there. I will post a link in this review. I don't know if Keo is going to upload the playthrough or not. If he does, I hope he does post a link to that, how to download the map, where to find it. You should play this. It is a fun map. It's tower defense mixed in with survival, mixed in with scavenge. Because that's really what it is. It's a scavenge survival map. So, anyways, see you later.
Bye. Totensen.